Hey folks, BlackCross here. So, we have another vlog video that I wanted to go ahead and talk about. This one in particular, I wanted to go ahead and kind of go over Twitch, per se. For it being the first official month, that is to say, it's been one whole month, hadn't really done a whole lot, or at least I don't think I have, from what I've promised. You know, I've said that I wanted to do like every Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's because those are my days off, and that's the only time I could probably do live streaming. But there is a situation and a problem. Number one is that right now, at this current moment in time, I'm kind of at my busiest when it comes to like everybody around me. And I'm not saying it to be mean or anything like that towards anybody else. I'm just saying that that's what it is, and that's why I haven't been able to do live streaming as much as I had promised that I would do. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you have something planned and then something else comes up. For starters, I go see my family at least once a week, and lately we've been seeing it on a Wednesday. But thankfully we only do that of an evening time because they work during the day. The actual problem itself is that if there are friends that either I don't get to see that much or that often, I usually like to hang out with them whenever they're able to. So it's one of those things where it's like if a friend comes over that I haven't seen in a while and I'm able to actually see them, then I'm not going to be streaming during that day probably. Another thing too is that usually, and right now especially, the apartment itself is getting some improvement done to some degree. I say some degree because lately I just had got a new set of blinds and then a new curtain set, so I went on ahead and done that today. Not today, but the other day, that one day that I didn't stream. Yeah, I was kind of busy doing that, along with other things as well, so I was a little bit preoccupied at the time being. But that being said, it's slowly getting together, but at the same time it's kind of taking away from me streaming. And like I said, I still want to do the whole 9 to 12 or 9 to 1 stream, which thankfully we've done 3 hours at most of streaming. That was, I think that was like one time, and that was only because of the fact that I actually knew where I needed to go and where my destination was. The previous time, either the internet was messing up on me, or I didn't know where to go next, or I had something else going on. So that being said, I still want to keep doing streaming because I actually do enjoy it. There is, of course, a situation that has come to my mind, and that is with what this coming up week is going on right now, is that recently I just had released episode Ignis on my channel. It's got 4 parts total, so you probably already saw those. If not, go ahead and check that out. I'm also recently started playing through Final Fantasy 15 Comrades. So I kind of was like, you know what, this is actually pretty good. I may go ahead and do a whole playthrough of it. But if I do, it's only going to be like at certain points throughout the week and stuff like that. It's not going to be like every day of the week and so on and so forth. It's just wherever there is a day that I'm not uploading a video, that's where I'll upload it then. And the reason why I'm doing it that way is because I've noticed that I'm not uploading as many videos as I have been. And that's because of 2 particular reasons. Number one is that I basically went all out streaming. And number 2 is that I'm not playing through a second game or anything like that. The only time I do that is if there's like a DLC update or whatever on previous games that I've already played. So with that in mind, I basically was like, okay, well, I'll play through episode Ignis, and then I guess I'll just go ahead and play through Comrades and see what it's like, you know? And I'm not sure how long of a playthrough Comrades will be, but we'll see where it goes from there. We'll see what happens. Let's see. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I want to release more videos every day, but the problem is that I like to do streaming as much as I can. And because of me streaming, that means I'm doing a lot more than what I have been previously, to some degree. By some degree, I mean there are some cases of where it's like doing gameplay streaming doesn't take up as much time as I normally have been, and now I actually have more time to do other video projects as well. For example, starting next year in particularly, I have like 3 other video ideals that I like to do. When I'll get to those, I don't know when, but I'm going to try my best to get to them as best as possible. But the biggest thing is that I personally am looking forward to 2018. 2018 is proven to be a very exciting year for everyone right now, including myself. And this isn't just because of Kingdom Hearts 3, you know. I know I'm very hyped for Kingdom Hearts 3, I very much am. But there are other games along the way that help fill in the thirst for Kingdom Hearts 3. You know, there's the City of Final Fantasy NT, which comes out January 30th. And then Shao Colossus comes out the following next month, which actually within 2 weeks of each other, when you think about it that way. It literally comes out within each other. Now, of course, that being said as well, there are other titles that have yet to be announced, but have also been, like, said that they're going to be released in 2018. When, we don't know. For starters, there's Code Vein, then there's Biomutant, then of course there's the recently revealed Medieval Remaster Collection, Kingdom Hearts 3 of course, and then of course whatever else gets revealed along the way. For example, there's still that Shadows Die Twice. I don't see that being a 2018 release. It's going to be more or less of an early 2019, if that. Because that small teaser trailer we know nothing of. And according to what some people are saying, they recently tweet about it, saying that within the next 10 months there'll be some news regarding this teaser trailer. So in other words, whatever it's going to be, we're going to be waiting for a couple of months until something gets revealed. So in other words, it may be 10 months, it may be 9 or 8 months before we get any new details on that one. So thankfully I'm not too pressured in on that one, but for the time being right now, that does have my attention. So with that being said and everything, I do want to go ahead and lay down some sayings that I'm going to be doing along the way. For starters, obviously my Final Fantasy playthroughs is going to be through Twitch streaming right now. In other words, Final Fantasy 1, then we'll go to Final Fantasy 2. I'm hoping to do some testing to see if I can do Final Fantasy 3, probably. You never know, I might be able to. We'll see. Then, of course, Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and then eventually 15 whenever we get to that point in time. Now, with that being said, I may not stream the City of Final Fantasy NT because of 2 factors. Number 1, it is a multiplayer fighting game. And because of that, I may do a point in time where I'll release like a highlight reel of me fighting in the City of Final Fantasy NT. I might do that. But really for the first portion of Final Fantasy NT is that I'm going to be playing through as each of the individual characters. Because obviously, being this of the City of Final Fantasy, you do have a story playthrough in the game itself. You play as each of the individual heroes of Final Fantasy. And in this case, you'll be playing as, like, I think they said a total of, like, 28 playable characters total. And that's just starting out right now. So there may be more characters that will be announced later on. There may be, like, some future updates at a future time. But for the time being right now, I will be playing through Final Fantasy, the City of Final Fantasy NT, on my channel, but I'm going to be doing it as like an episodic thing. In other words, like for example, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT episode Warrior of Light, and then Dissidia Final Fantasy NT episode Furin, and so on and so forth. The point is that I'll be playing through the entire story campaign with each of the individual characters throughout the entire time that I'm playing through Final Fantasy NT. So in other words, you'll still see that, but they won't appear during stream, because I'm still playing through Final Fantasy 1 as we speak. Shadow of Colossus, on the other hand, I may go ahead and just do a whole stream of that, because unless they do anything additive on it, and by additive I mean like extra Colossus and whatnot, I may just go ahead and play through that all the way through, probably, more than likely, because I know for a fact that I can beat that with no problem. Even if I played it on hard mode, it won't be that bad. It might take some time, but I can do it. So I do plan on doing a whole stream of Shadow of Colossus PS4. But like I said, I don't know if they plan to add anything else onto it as well. Keep in mind, Crash Bandicoot, when it got released for the Insane Trilogy for PS4, it also had a DLC, which was technically the deleted level that was taken out from the original Crash Bandicoot game. And with the remaster version of the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, they decided to release the secret level that they originally removed from the main game, but then this time around they decided to add that on there just for, like, I suppose, fan response or whatever. I'm not quite sure, but from what I've heard, that particular part alone was pretty hard on a different level entirely. So, then again, I suck at platforming anyway, so why the hell am I even thinking of that? But the point that I'm trying to say is, because of Shadow of Colossus, of what it is, it also had its deleted stuff as well, or removed content, should I say. I think there was like a total of 5 different Colossus they were thinking of adding, but the reason that they removed it was because either number 1, gameplay-wise would have been difficult, or number 2, they thought the boss wouldn't work very well in that atmosphere. So I say what they're planning on doing is that as soon as the main base game gets released, they'll reveal the secret bosses themselves, the Shadow of Colossus, in the game, whether it's through DLC or maybe a future update. Who knows? I'm just hoping that they will add these extra bosses in the game. I'm hoping that they will, because while the 16 bosses themselves are good on their own, that doesn't mean that there isn't any room to add any more. You know, this is, after all, a remaster version of the original PS2 title. And it looks freaking amazing. I cannot wait to play that when it comes out. Biomutant, as well as like Kingdom Hearts 3, I will stream. If you want me and Delmar to, we can do a Let's Play together with Kingdom Hearts 3. But that probably won't be until after me and Daniel both beat Kingdom Hearts 3. Then, of course, there's a Medieval Remastered Edition, whenever it gets released. I say we won't know any details until, like, literally at E3. They'll reveal it, and then they'll say when it's released, and then probably more than likely we will see it be released late fall, early winter. I want to say, judging by what the reveal we got right now, because you think about it, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy got released relatively quickly, like after a year, I believe. I know it was revealed at the PlayStation, was it the PlayStation Experience, or was it E3 that they revealed it? I don't remember. But the point is, they revealed it the year before it got released, and then at E3 they revealed that they were going to release it this year, and then it got released. So, if they do release any more information on Medieval Remaster Edition, I say by the time they do reveal it, it will be ready for them to reveal a release date for it. And like I said, it probably won't be until E3, probably, more than likely. Are there any other games that I plan on playing next year? My main concentration right now is to play through the Final Fantasy games themselves, or replay in my case in some of them. But yeah, that's basically the main ideal goal, is to play through some of the other Final Fantasy games that I have not played, / have played, and just play through them all, you know. I've been wanting to do that for quite some time, and here I am, I'm streaming the first one, and so now we're going to actually play through the entire series and see how it progressed throughout the past 30 years of his life. So I think it'd be nice. I think it'd be cool anyway to just kind of look through it and stuff. But Anyway, though, I just want to go ahead and do a quick vlog just to let you know about what all I plan to do within the next year. Again, there may be some changes along the way, hopefully not so major ones, but all the stuff that I've said as of right now in this video, that's kind of what I'm planning on as we speak. Like I said, Comrades, I plan to play through it to kind of fill in the gaps and everything like that. The same can be said for the City of Final Fantasy NT whenever it gets released, and I'll be playing through it. Everything else, though, I will be streaming, so I hope you look forward to that. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. This is BlackCross signing off. Take care, guys.